guys, welcome back to Gas Candy. Good cold evening to you. Today, since we have part delays on the LS, go figure, we're going to be taking a look at a buddy of ours truck. It's a 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. It's got the 4.0 straight six, really strong engine. These things run forever. I love Jeep Cherokees. They have a thing about them and they just go. But like all things in the 90s, it needs a little bit of work. Today we're going to be doing just your basic oil change, oil filter. The air cleaner's already been changed, and I think there's a brake line that we got to replace. We also got 4 brand new tires going on it, and I think that's it. Then she can go off to emission and inspection. There might be an alignment in there. We're going to definitely want to check everything once we get up in the air and check all the bushings and just make sure everything is copacetic before we actually send it down to get it emission and inspected. So yeah, stick with us. Let's just get into it. Yes, I think so. So I'm a big fan of recycling and not throwing things away, and these old cooking pots definitely come in handy for when you're doing an oil job. Why go out and spend 20 bucks on an oil pan when you just have a free pot laying around? They're really great. Until that happens. Then you gotta fish out a bowl. So, pans are nice, but I'm still going with my pot.
Sounds like it.
I might be out of oil.
Sounds about right.
That's what it sounded like.
It'll kick itself off here in a second. Yep.
One thing I love about these straight 640s is that the oil filter is in a very nice location. You can definitely get in there and get it out pretty quick. Unless you have big banana hands like I do, in that case it makes it a little more difficult, but with a little determination you can make it happen. We decided to go with a CarQuest filter because we're just doing a basic maintenance on this. There's no performance upgrades, so this filter should hold up pretty well. Alright guys, another quick tip on me being cheap. If you don't have a funnel, with a razor blade and a used oil cord container, you can make one in about 5 seconds. That's what we did in this case. It worked out pretty good until it fell over.
On today's episode of Gas Candy, we're going to figure out how to operate on Vince's rear end. He's got a bad seal. We're not sure what caused that bad seal, but there's a bad seal.
Hey man, I live in taco country.
I tell you, I think that's what it is.
Delicious. Every place, you can go literally 500 feet and there'll be a different taco stand, and I have to sample them all. So when we took a look at the brake line, there was actually only the last 1/3 of it was garbage. Everything above the driver's side rear door was actually in really good shape. So we got away with not having to replace the entire line. We were able to cut and splice it, and we ordered a new flex line for the rear. This is really unique to Jeeps. because it actually has a flex line, and then it goes to a hard line, and then back to a flex line again. So we were able to get a partial line, hook up to the flex line, and then with a drum connection and 2 double flare connections, Dave was able to make pretty quick work of it. Took a little bit of doing to get the flex line out of the holder, and I really didn't want to use a torch on it because with the brake fluid and the rubber and everything, it could get bad quick. So we went ahead and brushed it off, and with the hammer and screwdriver, we were able to knock it out. We did have to bend it back, but that's typical in these situations. Nothing's ever going to come apart easily that's been rusting for 20 years. But overall, the frame was in really good shape. The bushings were in okay shape. And everything else that needed to work worked, so.
Hey guys, it's Vince from Gas Candy, and with a quick little tech tip on how to get the tires to reseat to the rims if you can't get it to reseat with just the air pressure. You need something flammable and something that produces a flame. And this probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it now anyway. Don't try this at home. This was made for entertainment purposes only. Voila! I'm gonna put the fire out.
I go help Daddy today.
I'm pretty fortunate that my kids actually want to spend time with me. And any chance you can get to teach your kids how to do something, especially on cars, is always a good thing.
soon as we get the oil cap on, we're also going to flush out the heater core. As it's blowing mildly warm air. And it's usually a good indicator that it's flush. Another fun thing about Chrysler's Jeeps in particular, these caps usually strip out. And usually when they strip out, it comes apart here and then falls down into the valve cover. So you have to take the valve cover off to get this out. We got lucky and it came apart up top. So a few screwdrivers and we were able to knock it out. New oil cap. Yay! Thank you, Carboy. Right there. Okay, peek. Let's see what you got. This is your standard heater core flush kit. So you got a couple different tees, a couple different fittings, these clamps, which we're probably not going to use, but they come with it anyway. And if you don't use them, don't throw them out, because you never know what they're going to come in handy for. So what we just did is we ran it in reverse of the way that the motor runs it. So the way that the motor would run it is it would cycle it through, this would be your inlet and this would be your exit. So to flush it out, you do it in reverse, get all the junk out, and then you go back the other way, because what happens is inside the core, or inside the coil, heater core, yeah, sorry. Again, never claimed to be a genius. The way this is in a heater core, once all that junk starts going the opposite way, it's probably going to get clogged up again. It hit little micros or whatever, so you run it through again the way the engine's going to do it, and it should flush out the rest of the way out. If your core still doesn't heat up after this, then chances are it's really clogged and you're going to have to get a new one. But this is a good first step, because this kit only costs like $5. So, before you dig into your dash or dig into your wallet, try the cheapest option first and see if that works. There's all that garbage. Look at that. Nasty. When you put clear water in and brown water comes out, that's a good sign. There it is. Yes, sir. As the water starts to get clear, and that's a good indicator that you found the clog and you've got it out of the way. Oh yeah, one other thing. It's best to do this when the engine is cold. You don't want a lot of heat into the engine, and then you're going to introduce cold water into a hot heater core. That's a really good way to mess some things up. On top of that, when you go to put everything back together, you're gonna have a little air pocket in here that's going to come to the radiator. So once it comes to the radiator, you don't want a hot radiator that's going to blow your face off when you take that off. You want it nice and cold, that way you can see the air pocket and put the right amount of antifreeze back into it that was cycling down. Alright guys, there you have it.
with a few select parts from your auto parts store, local, and some willing participants, you too can bring one of these back to life. It's not that complicated. A few things you got to get here and there, and yeah, you're probably going to have to go on Google and figure it out. But parts for these things are readily available. You know, if you don't feel like going out and spending $70,000 on a new truck or car, this is the way to go. And I'm not just talking about Jeep Cherokee in general. I'm just talking about this is the kind of car you want. It's going to be something in the last 20 years. Parts are going to be readily available, and since they've made it for so long, parts are pretty cheap. So, and I mean, I know she's not perfect. You know, the clear coat's faded a little bit, and yeah, the bumpers faded and some things like that. But she runs, she drives, she gets down the road, the four-wheel drives work, and with that 4.0 straight six, you're going to get great gas mileage. So, I mean, this is kind of like the thing you want to be. I mean, I like it. Like I said, it's not bad. A few things here and there. Thanks for sticking around. Make sure you like and subscribe for all of our future content coming up. We're still kind of at the mercy of the supply chains right now, so we got a few things that haven't come in yet. The LS parts are way on back order. Apparently, everybody's doing LSs right now. Go figure. Greatest engine ever. Well, I didn't say that out loud, did I? But we have some things starting up on the 40. That's actually starting to pour in, which is kind of ironic because all the parts that are from that thing, I have to really, really look for because it's almost 100 years old. So I think what the new plan going forward is as parts come in for whatever project we're doing, we're just going to jump to that project. That's just the only way that we're going to be able to keep videos coming out. So it's going to be a little jumpy around, but at least you get to see kind of a variety. So we're going to do that and see how that goes. But yeah, again, guys, thanks for sticking around. We appreciate all your input. You know, leave us a comment. If you want, tell us what you're looking forward to, what you'd like to see. You know, you want to see more detailing videos? Do you want to see more basic maintenance videos? Do you want to see some performance videos? You know, just let us know what's going on. How do you feel? How do you like it? What do you don't like? And let us know. You know what I'm saying? So, but that being said, until next time, again, thanks for sticking around. And if it's broken, fix it.